Man adopts his grandfather's illegitimate daughter and raises her like a father. Hello and welcome back to AniCap Explained. Today we'll be recapping the anime Bunny Drop, so let's begin. The show begins with a young guy dreaming about an adult and a child holding hands, akin to a father and a child. Because his grandpa Tsuchikage has died, he thinks those two were his mother and grandfather because he only thought about them all day. Later, Daikichi Kawachi, the protagonist, and his family attend Tsuchi's funeral at his home. There he encounters Rin, a little girl said to be Tsuchi's illegitimate daughter. Daikichi sees that she doesn't talk much and peeks at him whenever he's doing some work. Later, while everyone is getting ready to sleep, Daikichi decides to keep an eye on the incense and discovers Rin sleeping there. He lets her use his hand as a pillow so she may sleep well. Everyone gathers at Tsuchi's funeral to say their last goodbyes the following day. When Daikichi hands Rin a flower to place on her father's body, she dashes into the backyard and plucks a bellflower from the little garden, which is her father's favorite type of flower. Following the funeral, the family refuses to accept her and decides to place her for adoption. Outraged by their behavior, Daikichi resolves to take Rin under his care. The following day, Rin wakes Daikichi up because she is hungry and addresses him as old man. Daikichi chooses to take Rin shopping since she needs clothing and other necessities. There he realizes he will have to register Rin for school. He phones his cousin Haruko, who advises him to find a temporary nursery school to care for Rin while he works. The next day they go to the nursery and admit her. A somber gloom appears on Rin's face as he prepares to leave as she fears being abandoned again. Daikichi notices this and promises her he will return, singing her a promise song. Despite his incorrect singing, she cheers up and he leaves. Later, Daikichi is compelled to work overtime since he has no other option, forcing him to be late in picking up Rin. However, she forgives him once he reaches school. As time passes, Daikichi grows anxious that his new schedule may interfere with his life at work, where he keeps Rin's news a secret. While juggling his employment and obligations as Rin's caregiver, Daikichi accompanies Rin to his parents' residence. There she doesn't talk much to them initially, but when Daikichi's mother begins playing her favorite game with her, she gets enthralled and teaches her all she knows about it. Daikichi's father is astonished to see this since she wasn't even ready to converse a minute before, and now she's completely blended into the environment. In Tsuchi's bedroom, while searching for information on Rin's mother, Daikichi discovers an odd modem. As they are driving back home, Rin whispers in his ear whether she may return to his parents' house, and his mother replies that she will be waiting for them. On the way home, when Daikichi questions Rin about the computer, she recalls a maid named Masako Iyoshi, who is included in Rin's health booklet. That night, Rin wets the bed, so Daikichi wakes up and she tells him that she fears to die. He understands her dread of death, and promises her that she will not pass until she has lived her life to the utmost. The next day, Daikichi proposes a work relocation to accommodate Rin's schedule better. Some of his subordinates insist that he stay in his position, but he feels that taking care of Rin is necessary. Rin befriends a youngster called Cookie at school, who admits he doesn't have a father since his parents are separated. Daikichi and Yukari, the boy's mother, come later to take them up. The two discuss parents' difficulties while raising a kid on their walk. The following day, Daikichi's co-workers plan a farewell party for him, and request that Rin attend. Later, when he returns home from the party, he informs Rin that she will attend school. She begins to worry that she will have to take a test to get in, but Daikichi reassures her that this is unnecessary. After signing Rin up for kindergarten, Daikichi searches Rin's health record and discovers Tsuchi's will, which includes Masako's contact information. After purchasing a desk for Rin to help her study better, Daikichi decides to contact Masako. Daikichi organizes a meeting with Masako to discover why a parent would leave their kid behind. The following day, he and Rin go to his parents' home. After Rin and his mother begin to play, he slips out in silence to meet Masako at a restaurant. There she explains that she gave up Rin because of the demands of her career as a manga artist. When Daikichi asks what name she should use at school, she proposes that her daughter use Daikichi's family name to escape criticism from her classmates. He then asks whether she used to go out at night, to which she responds that she did. Hearing her response, he chastises her for failing to consider her kid, who has acquired the nasty habit of waking up at night. Later, Daikichi informs Rin of this, and she expresses her desire to maintain her surname Kaga, which he accepts. The two then make dinner together, and he shows her how to chop food with a knife. Before we continue, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel. Done? Well then, let's continue. Yukari requests that Daikichi take a photo with Rin at school so they can remember it. They take a different route home, passing among the blossoming cherry trees. Daikichi tells her that his grandfather planted an olive tree when he was born. To honor her entry into primary school, Daikichi and Rin grow a loquat plant in their yard, and when he tells her that he used to leap atop the plant, she begins to do the same. As Rin prepares for school, Yukari calls Daikichi to inform him that her son left his house hastily and without combing his hair. Later, Rin wonders whether a tree was planted in her honor, so Daikichi questions Masako, who says a tree was planted at Tsuchi's house. He discovers the tree, a fragrant olive tree similar to the one produced for his birth, and returns it to his home. As he wakes up in the morning, he finds Rin encircling it, and his face blossoms with a cheerful look. Daikichi's cousin appears on his doorstep with her daughter Reina, claiming she has fled home due to problems with her husband's family. They later go grocery shopping and come upon Yukari. She is surprised to find Daikichi with a female and asks who she is, to which Daikichi responds quickly that she is his cousin. Haruko then teases him about whether he's in love with her. While Reina spends time with Rin, Haruko confesses to Daikichi about her bottled-up feelings. Meanwhile, Reina tells Rin that her parents argue every night and that she pretends to sleep to avoid listening to them. The following day, Haruko leaves Reina at her school and spends the rest of the day observing other people. After a few nights at Daikichi's, Haruko's husband arrives to pick them up, and Haruko states that she intends to keep her marriage. Daikichi and Rin travel to Tsuchi's grave on a sweltering summer day. Daikichi notices Masako's presence there, so he rushes to find her and finds her leaving the cemetery with another person. He informs her that Rin has arrived, allowing her to glance at her privately. Masako peeks in as the two are scrubbing Tsuchi's grave, overcoming with emotion at watching her daughter grow that much. She notices how much she resembles her mother and father. Daikichi and Rin then travel to inspect Tsuchi's home, which his uncle owns now. When they enter, they see the lawn has been filled with gravel. Meanwhile, Masako continues drawing non-stop since she believes she left Rin for that purpose and feels obligated to fulfill it. Rin and Daikichi, on the other hand, celebrate the former's birthday, and they plan to attend the upcoming festival. As the town gets a typhoon warning, Rin believes they are something worse, but Daikichi assures her that they arrive often and aren't dangerous. Later at work, Daikichi considers purchasing insurance, and his co-workers begin discussing their families and pulling out photographs to show their friends. He observes this with a joyful expression, recognizing how precious children are to each and every parent. Meanwhile, chastised by his instructors for attempting to leave the drawing in the middle, Cookie plays with other boys. When Rin notices this, she stands up and orders him to simply sit in one area, which he does, much to everyone's amazement. As the storm approaches, Daikichi chooses to bring up Cookie and Rin from their school. Later, Yukari comes to pick up her kid, and they all have a delicious dinner. As the rain slows and darkness falls, the two depart with Daikichi accompanying her to the taxi. Daikichi then attends an exhibition at Rin's school, where he meets other dads. He then encounters Yukari, who informs him that she is concerned that Cookie might acquire a fever since it is the beginning of winter. Daikichi, on the other hand, reassures her that everything will be all right. Later, Rin develops a fever and his anxiety skyrockets. On the other hand, Yukari manages to assist him and gently reprimands him that adults should not be concerned but rather be there for their children. She reappears at night to assist him by cooking Rin some rice to help her cool down from her fever. However, as soon as Rin is fever-free, Daikichi discovers that Yukari has a cold. Daikichi looks after Cookie by bringing him shopping while Yukari recovers from her cold. The next day, Rin practices for a skipping rope competition while Daikichi converses with the other dads and Yukari, revealing that he is not Rin's father. Later, Daikichi notices that his weight has grown, so the next day he chooses to do skipping rope to reduce weight. Following the competition, Daikichi accompanies Rin to meet his parents, where one of Rin's teeth comes out. Daikichi also speaks with his sister, who reveals that she is set to marry. However, she does not want children immediately since she wants to enjoy her youth more. Daikichi recalls the wisdom he received from Yukari and his adult friends, assuring her that she would do a better job once she focused and that there is nothing complicated about parenting a kid. On the walk home, Daikichi muses about the past year he has lived with Rin, and he recalls all the faces he has met due to her involvement in his life. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, please consider liking and subscribing to AniCap Explained, and switching on that bell button so you never miss any new updates. See you at the next one.